Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to free review number 7. We're reviewing Fedosaurus. He's up against Rosarius. Quick note, just before we get into this match. If you guys do want to be featured, remember, you have to fill out the form in the description, which is in the description of any of the free review videos. So, if you guys want to get featured, then go ahead and fill out that form. But let's get into the match. So, this match, a lot of people typically will just start out with a Gravedigger plus a one-drop. That's like your standard play. Our opponent will more than likely start out with that play as well. Now this match is actually pretty long, 41 turns, so we'll see what happens. So like I said, Gravedigger and then probably a one-drop. Yeah. Now one thing you do have to look out for this on this map is it's very easy to get access to your heart. All you really gotta do is clear up this obstacle, or vice versa, this one. Another popular strategy is also getting a jar cannon here so that it could just lob over this obstacle. But I found this map to be, you're gonna stalemate a lot on this map, and what I mean by that is you have where not a lot's going on. You'll just kind of back and forth this middle panic point, probably sacrificing your one drops and whatnot. So first we starts with the Stabby. Our opponent starts off with the Jeeves, so definitely I don't believe Fedosaurus has access to Smiley, so the Jeeves is gonna be pretty annoying. So he is getting ready to clear up this top obstacle, and it looks like getting an Inoculus ready to defend his side if need be. This way, the reason for the Inoculus, in case you're wondering, is it's able to snipe through this healing spot. Sometimes if you see your opponent like about, what is that, like 4 tiles away from this healing spot, it's more than likely what they're gonna do next turn is just position their phobie on this healing spot, making it difficult to deal with because they are getting that healing at the end of each turn. Inoculus here completely counters that though. Our opponent's actually going to bring out 2 trappers, so I'm curious to see as to what Fedosaurus does. And then he's going to go ahead and obviously capture the middle panic point. So Fedosaurus is able to remove that obstacle, so now the option is open for him to, you know, just bomb rush their opponent's heart if he wants to. So he's gonna bring out an owl. Pretty good. I mean, yeah, especially since our opponent has 2 trappers, you know, it's gonna be difficult to know where he's placing all his traps. So our opponent brings out a Hevo 3.0, so pretty scary stuff, which is gonna completely shut down the strategy of being able to pressure his heart now that that Hevo 3.0 is online. So let's see what Fedosaurus does. Gonna bring out a Yeti. Yeti's okay. It's an okay phobie. I think. Let's see. Yeah, 8 keys. What could he have brought out? I'm trying to think. Oh, this is a pretty low level Hevo, as you can see. So he shouldn't have too much trouble with it. It's still a very strong phobia, even at level 4. Yeti though, the problem with Yeti I think I have on this match is, yeah, it could shut down, you know, the Hevo by freezing it. But the problem is you can only really use it on the Hevo because, in case you guys are unaware, the frozen status is able to get, what's it called? Yeah, so this is right, fire melts ice by 1 round. So frozen status only lasts two turns, right? So if you get a fire phobie and then you smack twice your own phobie, then it'll get thawed out. So since Rosarius has a Hevo, I don't know if Yeti was really the correct play there. Because basically Fedosaurus freezes any opponent that's not Hevo, then it's kind of just a waste because it'll just get thawed out very easily. So like I said, on this map people just go back and forth. Rosarius is going to reclaim his panic point. Nothing much is happening. He's gonna bring out his own Inoculus. I'm curious to see what Fedosaurus does in response to this. He's able to get his Yeti up. I think right there, what I would have done, especially, yeah, I think with the Yeti, I would have moved it up one more tile just to start pressuring his heart. Your opponent really can't do much else in response to this. He can't put anything in range in fear of, you know, you just freezing it, so you could have start pressuring his heart and then get a response from your opponent. Instead, you guys are just going back and forth, which you guys kind of want to avoid doing that. It's kind of a waste of keys. You're better off just letting your opponent just keep the panic point and then you just build up an army. Because otherwise, the things that could happen, especially on small maps, right? You guys just keep going back and forth, and you're basically stuck with whatever phobies you have out that you brought out early in the match. Those are the phobies you're gonna have to fight with. So if you are gonna go for, you know, just going back and forth, reclaiming panic points, you do want to keep in mind that if your army, what you have out now, will be his. So right here, you're able to advance with your Innocuous because your opponent could kill your Innocuous, but he'd have to bring in both Jeeves and Unicorn in range, and just to kill a 4 key cost, which is not worth it. So your opponent's gonna bring out Akira. Akira's a pretty scary phobie. Very hard to make the right plays with him. Because in case you guys are unaware, Akira is I think level 90 stress level phobie, and basically he has an all map ability, meaning wherever, doesn't matter where the phobia is, they'll all get pulled closer to Akira, even the friendly phobies. So that's a pretty scary ability. It's like a pull, but everybody's affected, which is crazy. So you're gonna fall back, just smart, you know, it's definitely something you want to do. And then he's gonna bring out a Gonzo Bonzo, which pairs well with Innocuous and Hero 3.0. And really any phobie, you know, just having a damage buff is really good. So not much is happening. You guys are kind of just trying to get set up just in case the pull does happen. One's really just skipping turns. But as this match progresses, your opponent does have an advantage here, being that he has 2 trappers available. So as this match goes on, the less able you're gonna be to push into his side of the map, because it should just be littered with a bunch of traps. So you definitely do wanna, in the long run, your opponent's gonna beat you, so you definitely do wanna make plays, which is what you're doing now. You're not gonna lose. You did lose the Gravedigger, but I believe next turn you should just be able to kill the Jeeps with the buffed up Hero 3.0. So it's not a bad trade at all.
A fine retort.
Yeah, not the worst. Actually, not a bad play, because he did kill a 6 cost for hitting in your 3 cost. Looks like the opponent's gonna go in. He's gonna do the AoE pull. Hold on, let's see that again, because that was not I don't know what the hell my point of view was there in there. That is a pretty cool ability. Definitely one of the best abilities in the game. So it looks like your Yeti's gonna die, unfortunately. And what else? Is anything else gonna die? But your Nautilus is probably gonna live, right? Yeah, I don't see it dying. Your Doom Doom, actually I don't think it dies. No, it lives and it absorbs the trap, which is pretty cool. I didn't know about that interaction, how that worked. So let's see here. To be honest, not a really good pull from your opponent. You're gonna be able to kill off his Hevo and maybe his Akira as well.
Fine retort.
Yeah, his Hevo's dead. I believe his Akira will die here as well. Maybe even his Gravedigger. Yeah, they're all done. It's crazy. Okay, so out of that whole interaction, what is your point? He got Yeti, Boom, and Innocuous, and Doom Doom. However, I think, yeah, you got way more keys than him. And plus, all he's left with is one movement tile phobies, and they're all very squishy. Like, they're not beating a Hevo on a 1v1. So, even if your opponent just like turtled, what you could do is you could just start pressuring by capturing like this bottom panic point. And because he only has like one movement tile phobies, barring the electric cat, you know, he's gonna have a hard time maneuvering. Or you can just pressure his heart, you know, that also works as well. And to be honest, I think that's GG's. Definitely well played. Akira's kind of hard to play around. If you make one mistake, then you pretty much lose. And to be honest, especially if you're not used to facing him every match, it's definitely hard to... It's definitely easy to make mistakes facing him. I know I do a lot. I hate facing him. That's why I just bring out the Leprechaun phobia, which you might not have. I don't think you do. But yeah, it looks like that's gonna be GG's. Go ahead, just let the match play out. There's not much else for me to say. Maybe I'll just speed it up, guys. But before I do, I just want to thank Fredosaurus for, you know, submitting the match, and I'm gonna thank you guys for watching. And again, if you guys want to be submitted, go ahead and follow the details in the description to fill out the form. You know, if you just want to be featured in this, I'll try to, for the most part, I'll try to give you tips. It's harder to give you guys tips on matches that you guys win, because it's hard for me to critique, especially if you ended up winning, because, well, how do I know if you made the wrong decision if overall you won the match, you know? So definitely try to give me more games on where you guys lose as opposed to winning. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.